Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I have some high scoring tiles and a fairly balanced rack. I have bucket on my rack. But do I have a bingo? I have the back component of a word. I have outback through the O. And just looking at buck here, 26 points. Anything through the O. Any front hooks for Hoyle? Not that I can see. Bucky. What about Bucky? Bucky doesn't. Have Bake here for 29. Not a great rack leave. I think I will go with Buck here for 26. I draw the Z, and I have ZA under the B here on the trip. I have Yes here for 35. But do I have a bingo? I have the IZE ending. Okay, opponent creates a hotspot for the Z, which I'm very thankful for. Core takes A and E. So how does Yes look there for 90? I quite like that. Draw the X, and I still have the B and the P, so a little bit clunky, but some good scoring potential with the X. Okay, opponent scores well with the Q. That was where I was thinking of going as well, with the XI. I think Bucko is good, and oh yes for 29, since I can't score that well with the X. Currently, I might just hang on to it. I'll draw the blank, or a blank, which is pretty good. Board pretty tight now apart from the E here. Have cat from the Q, won't score very well. Almost have X B8, but the B these 5 tiles plus the blank pretty flexible. I have the taxi component. If I can get rid of the B and the P, I think the rack is pretty strong. Or even the B and the X. Okay, opponent scores well with his S there. I suppose I could play wax here, but the B and the P don't go well together. My T plays in front of was. Taxi 29 gives back too much. What about expat here? 15. I don't really want to get rid of the A and T, but I do want to get rid of the X. Just a shame that I can't score better with it. What about BPAT here? 9, terrible score, but it's not a fantastic board for the X, so I might actually just play B-tax is no good. It has to be taxed, I think, with ED at the end. I think I will go with expat. I draw another blank, so that's a welcome sight. No front hooks for Oyes. Hoyle should take an S. Do I have something from the Q? I have the Bonitas, that works, and Hoyles. Bonitas. I draw a few duplicates, but fairly balanced. I have the anti-prefix, and I have the ing. So I have attaining through an I. That works quite well. Hopefully this spot will remain available. Attaining, no. Don't have attaining. Thought I did. Retaining would be a 9. Election, okay. Opponent bingos. Of the ANT ending. Giant, I have the giant component. Antigan. Am I missing a bingo here? It just looks very close. I don't know if the I really helps the rack though. Having one on my... Yeah, I can't see this I really being of much use. Maybe just cat. Yeah. I mean, I could play canat, but this is quite a good rack. And far takes an N. Yeah, I'm going with this cat. Okay, what do I have? Denting. I don't know if denting is good. Standing from a dainting through an I, if that remains available. Denting, I'm not sure about that one. Dating, okay, this remains available. Dating. Yeah, that worked nicely. I draw a fairly balanced rack to re-invade from an R. I have the IVE ending. My N still plays here under far, so if there is a bingo here, I'll be wanting to play it this turn. D vein plus an A. So close, this rack. This is the kind of rack that combines with floaters really well, I feel. So what to do if I can't find a bingo from this rack? The V actually does go quite well, but with the rest of the tiles, but I wonder if I just maybe play off endive. Does the G help? ING word, but that wouldn't be of use. Okay, opponent does finally play there. He scored pretty well with that bottom left-hand corner. I think Vive looks okay for 30. Okay, what have we got here? Oop. Not quite sundial. Have the un component. Very close to a bingo here. Unsailed through an A, but there's got to be a 7 here. What am I missing? Just not seeing it. Would be a very high probability bingo if there is one, so I shouldn't be. Aliundes through an I. Opponent plays off WA. The E doesn't really seem to assist. There's just no floaters to work with apart from the G, so does this rack make a bingo with a G? Gouldens plus an A. Not seeing it, so what do I get rid of? U and L seems like the two obvious ones to get rid of here. Do I play pool here for 7? Yeah, I think I will. I'm low on time. Oh, draw the J. Not ideal. And I'll draw another U. So after leaving a superb ANSED, I pick up these two. That was pretty unfortunate. Judd for 28. Yeah, opponent does bingo in the spot that I was planning to bingo in. Okay, and opponent has now taken the lead, so this is how the game of Scrabble can just change so quickly. And D-U-N-S-E, Dunze, no. I think I'm just going to go with I don't see any J play here. What about sued? 34. Ah, funds is no good. Okay, I'll just go with Judd then. No spot for a bingo on this board, unless it's a really fancy play there. Manors, Pulu takes a S. Moser, I don't think Moser is good. Omens. Oh, Omar, yeah. Edo no good. Moser. Mazer. I draw Ronio, I guess. Opponent's going to score well from the M, fairly well. Mug, M-U-G-G. Does he have a bingo? Trug, okay. I have Moore here. Or Ronio. He's got Geos there. Yeah, there was no way I was going to win this from that point, I don't think. Even if I played Moore 3, 4, 5, 6, 18. Okay, so well done to my opponent. Let's see what we missed. Very close at the end there. I just wonder if I could have eked out some more points. So it was my opponent to go first. Hoyle seems fine for 30. Then Hackbutt for 36. Wow, that's not one I've seen. Buck for 26. So Hackbutt from the H. Okay, it probably does take an S, so, but probably worth the 36-point risk for the S hook. And then fair for 31 seems good. Yes for 90 was okay. Chi for 37 was opponents. Bucko for 29, but Box for 30. Oh, of course. What an oversight. Much better play. Good rack leave. Bucko did score well, but look at the rack leave compared much closer to a bingo with that rack than you are with that rack. So a little bit of a miss there. Was for 43 was opponents, and then Panchayat for 70. What? Panchayat. Oh, a 4-timer keeping BIX. Okay, that's an interesting one. I went with expat just to get rid of the X. Waif for 20 was best for opponent. He went with far. Bastions for 82, and in terms for 82, 13F, 14A. Okay. That was the, pluralizing expat and then getting the word doubled. So, yeah, I should have maybe taken some more time on that rack. Sentinel 72, election seems fine. Abating for 30, cat for 12 sorted the rack out. But abating for 30 was the best score there. And even though it did give back some, so I don't like it too much, a very hot spot there. Few for 36, fee for 25. Yeah, that seems okay for opponent. Dating was best for 93. Vise for 55. At 12A was opponent's. He did well in that left-hand corner of the board. Vive for 30 seems best there for me. And then Y for 22, very good rack leave. Could have got 34 with Bordia, but yeah, exposing that trip. So I think Y looks fine. Unlades and unleads. Unleads or I put the UN prefix on the rack and I looked at the word and I just didn't look familiar to me, and I thought, nah, unleads. I could have just tried it, I guess, but it just didn't look familiar at that point to me, so I didn't try it, and that probably could have cost me the game there. But anyway, Pull sorted the rack out towards bingo territory. Minored for 71 was opponents, and then Judd for 28 was best. Dello for 31, and then Mason for 39 was best. Oh, of course, there. Now, this is the problem here because Mesa was 39 as well. But ER, better rack leave, I don't know. And then Mug was opponent's best. But maybe he didn't want to provide a floating G. Anyway, he went with Trug. Electioneer. Wow, nice extension. That would have been 26 points, would have put me... it would have only given me... 464, only an 8-point lead. An 8-point lead. But I would have had 4 tiles on my rack. An opponent would... he had Jag and Geos as well. So, but he played it, in the trip for 19. So, good game all in all. Unleads, unlades, shouldn't be missing such high probability bingos. And I should have just tried it on the board, but it just didn't look familiar to me. Haven't played it forever, but I think I have played it way back in the past. So a good game all in all. A few misses and a few good plays. Hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.